Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got Cat 7 tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got Cat 7 tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got Cat 7 tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat serving tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat serving tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat serving tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat serving tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat serving tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes.
Incoming right there.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Welcome to Steve, this is not a Tactical Tuesday. We're gonna hang out with you guys on this Monday. I'm getting on an airplane tomorrow. I'm flying to Houston. I've got to film this new pistol optic that's coming out, and I figured that rather than blow off the live stream altogether, let's do it a day early, real quick for my patrons, because that's what's keeping this channel afloat. We don't have a sponsor here, so yeah, I want to thank all my patrons on Patreon for supporting us. If you guys want to do super chats, that would be cool too. But for my patrons, I just filmed the question and answer video. We do a question and answer video once a month on Patreon. My son, I just airdropped it to my son, and he should be uploading it as we speak. After the live stream, I'll do the magic. I'll put it up on Patreon. And a reminder for my Silver Star patrons, we are going to be doing the Zoom live stream the 27th. That is a Friday. It's 2 days after Christmas. So all the patrons can share with each other what they got for Christmas. It's kind of cool. It's not like a live stream like this where you guys are just in the chat room. Our Zoom live streams, it's like the Brady Bunch. You can see everybody, you can talk to everybody. So they get the, Silver Star patrons, be sure to share what Santa brought you. I will show you the latest piece of coal that he brought me. And I'm hoping I'm getting a new Leatherman multi-tool, only because I bought it and I've given it to my family to wrap up for me to put under the tree. So anyways, I'm hoping they don't give it to somebody else. Shit like that has happened before. Not that big a deal. That's some good coffee right there. How you doing, Steve? You doing good, buddy?
Doing well, brother. Glad to be here
All
on this
right.
Military Monday.
Military Monday. Who
And
came
this,
up with a
and this,
name like that?
this monsoon rainstorm.
That's some good coffee right there, guys. I know you guys, you get a kick out of the coffee I'm drinking. 5 Stone Frontline Coffee. You got a 5 Stone Frontline coffee. Just Google it. I don't know the name of the website. I think it's 5 Stone Coffee, 5stonefrontline.com, something like that. This is what they call an individual. This is not a single serving. This is a single pot serving. Whole beans. This one's been sitting on my desk for a while, so I can show you guys what I'm drinking. But I buy the 5-pound bags from him, and I go through a lot of coffee, guys, a lot of coffee. Thanksgiving, we had, I want to say we had 22 people here for coffee in the morning, for coffee on Thanksgiving. And then, then all the companies showed up. My poor wife, she had the place looking beautiful. Me and Emery, we fried 2 turkeys. We did another turkey in the oven. My nephew Jamie he brought a spiral honey ham. We had tons of food. It was awesome. It truly was awesome. Guys, if you saw the little intro, the kind of screensaver we had playing before we hit 7:30, there's a little ad in there for our medical kits. If you go to tacticalrifleman.com, we're selling our EDC med kits there. Stickers, patches, T-shirts, but you can also sign up for classes there. And the class I want to pitch to you guys right off the bat is, which one is it? Drone? Yeah, tactical drone defense, guys. It is in March, the end of March, and there's only 4 slots left for that class. All right, so Byron Russell, he's a guy that used to teach U.S. SOCOM about tactical drones. And great course, Tactical Drone Defense. It's actually 4 days long. It's a long weekend. It's a Friday through Monday. And you'll be using no-shit tactical drones that are used by U.S. SOCOM. I mean, if you've got deep pockets, Byron actually sells them. But or you're welcome to bring your own drone, but you're not going to want to use it. You're going to want to use his. It's got thermal cameras on it and everything. Totally badass. How do you learn to beat the fox? You've got to learn how to be a fox. So the first 2 days of the course is learning how to be a tactical drone operator. You fly these first-person drones. And then you learn how to counter against all of it. Anyways, it's a great, great course. You want to check it out again, tacticalrifleman.com. Sign up for it. That course is the end of March. I think that's pretty cool. All right. I'm harping on classes because I was late me putting these classes out on the calendar for 2024. I wanted to wait till after the election and everything to start posting stuff for 2025. But I've got another class that's in February. It's called Home Defense Pistol 1. It's a 1-day class. And then Home Defense Pistol 2, which is a 1-day class. It's the following. So you take either one. You've got to take one before you can take 2. You don't have to take them both. But they are in February. They're at the Louisville Armory. What is this class for? So basically, a lot of you guys use pistols for home defense. He uses a shotgun. I'm big on an AR with frangible ammo in it. But either way, a lot of the tactics are covered in this class. Now, we get more into the tactics end of it, home preparation, stuff like that, in Home Defense Pistol 2. That's the second day. But the first day focuses on shooting from different positions, from barricades. And anyways, it's a great, great course. It's one of our new courses. And the advantage of doing it at the Louisville Armory is for the night shoot, you don't have to wait for the sun to go down. I literally can hit the switch on the walls and we can start doing shooting in limited visibility at 8 o'clock in the morning if we want to. We don't. You won't be shooting in the dark until after lunch. But it's a good course. And anyways, again, you can sign up for them at tacticalrifleman.com. Good coffee, but sometimes a little pina colada helps to wet the whistle also. So what are you up to, Steve? He's letting the world know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
I'll give you a couple more minutes. All right, guys. So here's the deal. Whole point of doing live streams is for you guys to send me questions. I have my moderators right here, and they will send me questions from you guys. All right off the bat. Got a couple here. First one's from Benjamin Wolf. Hello, Carl. Thank you for your service. I ordered a patch from your website almost a week ago. Haven't heard anything more about it. No shipping details. Actually, buddy, I believe it was paid for, ordered by your wife, or it was a female name. That patch did go out in the mail almost the same day that you ordered. I apologize. I didn't get shipping information to you. I'll see if I can follow up on it, but it did go out. I know that for a fact. The ones I mailed today, if you guys have, one guy just ordered a basic medical kit. I had somebody order 3 advanced medical kits. You know who you are. I will be sending you your tracking information hopefully tomorrow. I meant to do it today as soon as I came back from the post office. But like Steve says, it's been raining cats and dogs here. I got sucked into doing something else, and your receipts are sitting on the kitchen counter. But buddy, your patch did go out. I apologize. I didn't get you tracking information. That is some good freaking coffee right there. You know how you make good coffee, guys? You start with 8 shots of espresso. And then you add a little bit of frothed Italian sweet cream. And then when you're down about 1 inch in your cup, you fill that puppy back up with Patron Cafe XO. And that way, as it starts to cool off, temperature-wise, you can heat that puppy back up. If you're not familiar with it, guys, which camera are we at? Right here. Patron XO Cafe. Some of my patrons turned me on to this stuff. Patron quit making it for a while, but there was such a run on the stores, they decided to bring it back. That is good coffee right there. Hey, I actually got a question from some of you guys today. Well, one of you in particular. 2 of you asked, but one of you was an older gentleman, 65 years old. He asked, can I still parachute at Round Canopy Parachute Team being 65? Anybody over the age of 50 has, maybe it's 52, something like that. You have to get a waiver signed by a doctor, physical waiver signed by the doctor, confirming that you are healthy enough and in shape enough to parachute. Now, even if you don't want to parachute, you're still welcome to come sit through the classes, but you got to pay for the class. But honest, if you guys just want to come down and hang out, I encourage you to do that. What I'm talking about, guys, is Round Canopy Parachuting Team. You guys saw the videos or us on Instagram and everything. Back in June, me, my son, Emery, a bunch of other guys from the Tactical Rifleman team, we all went and parachuted out of a C-47 airplane, the old World War II twin-engine airplane, right out of the movie Band of Brothers. We went and parachuted into Normandy, France for the 80th anniversary of D-Day. I've been through airborne school. Steve's been through airborne school. A lot of us in the military have, but a lot of military guys have not, but they wanted to. My son Michael, for example, was a Marine. He never got to go to airborne school. He was only a Marine EOD guy for a little while. Realized he missed his war, so we got out. My other son, Nicholas, never in the military. He wanted to parachute with me. So my reason for saying this, if you would like to step out of a perfectly good airplane, you want to do it military style, Maybe you had an uncle that was a Green Beret in Vietnam or something, or you want to honor the old 101st, 82nd Airborne guys, whatever it is, male, female, you can be a unicorn for all they care. What they care about is come have a great time, honor the airborne heritage. So anyways, I mentioned my son Michael, former Marine, got out of the Marine Corps. He has a couple of friends with him down in Florida. He lives in Jacksonville. And they have signed up in March. This March at Palatka, Florida. You can go to rcptusa.org. That stands for Round Canopy Parachuting Team USA. They are out of Palatka, Florida. They are a nonprofit, and I'm here to tell you they run the best, hands down, the best parachuting program I've ever seen. I learned more about parachuting and parachute safety in 5 days from them, helping them put my son through airborne school, than I did my 25 years in the military. And I'm a certified Halo jump master, static line jump master. I learned more about parachute ops and everything from these guys. They're total pros. So anyways, I've already volunteered. I'm going to be one of their squad leaders. I'm going to pull some strings. I'm going to make sure my son Michael and his Marine buddies are in my squad. And I am going to, I will be their squad leader. I'll help teach all the classes. And my son Nicholas, he's the one that does, edits all our TR videos. He films a lot of our TR videos. He is going to come down with us, and he's going to film the whole thing. So what I'm offering to you guys, just like the first class when Nicholas went through, I had Leif LeBlanc come down. I had Chris Smith come down. David Duenas and his daughter came down the next class. If you guys want to come be part of this beyond our video and have us be part of the class, and please come down. You can sign up at rcptusa.org. And tell them, put in a note, hey, I want to jump I want to be in Carl Erickson's squad, tactical rifleman team. We're going to have us a great, great time indeed. I'm excited. I'm not looking forward to jumping, but they'll do 5 jumps first to get their wings. They get the wings pinned on. But then we'll have the Tycho Bell. That World War II airplane will be there. I will get my old steel pot, my old wool World War II uniform with my brown Cochrane jump boots. And I'll have my son in the plane filming. Nicholas, I will have my son Michael there as the first jumper. Hell, I might even have both sons in a row. I even try to put Emery Morgenstern in there with the rest of the guys. And we'll put GoPro cameras everywhere, and we're going to have us a great time. So anyways, if you want to do it, you want to be part of the video, or you want to just come hang out with us and drink a lot of booze at night there at the drop zone. Skydive Palatka has their clubhouse at the other end of the runway. And we'll be there. There'll be old World War II vets there, old Vietnam vets, Korean War vets. And we just hang out, and the camaraderie is awesome. Their motto is more than just a jump. And that there's so much truth to that, for sure. So much truth to that. Anyway, I hope you guys show up. Good coffee. All right, I had another question come in. Let's see which one we got here. All right, this one from Paul American. Now that Adams Arms is no longer, does Carl know if they are keeping the patent or are they selling it? Excellent question. What I've heard is someone or some company is buying the intellectual property of Adams Arms, and I've talked to one of the guys that used to work for them, that knows them, and we're going to see about starting back up the project to build my rifle for you guys, all right? Hey, I got a super chat here from Steve Rogers. He threw down 20 bones, guys. That makes me happy. That puts a smile on my face. I appreciate it, dude. I really do. A little donation for the Preservation of Carl Erickson Fund and to cover postage of the military life manuals that you sent me. I gave one to our nurses who was getting ready to deploy with the Air Force. I thank Stephen. That's awesome. What he's talking about is I have these life reference manuals. This is the military one, military life reference manual. I'm sorry, this is the law enforcement one. It's blue. Law enforcement life reference manual. We have another one with a tan cover. It's not here on my desk. I've got stacks of 10. So I've got about 40, I've probably got 30 of them left. I've got probably 9 or 10 of the law enforcement ones left. And what these are, guys, because the truth is this is a rough time of year for a lot of people. It really is. So if you know a vet or law enforcement guy or somebody that's having a rough time this holiday season, and there's a lot of vets that have got post-traumatic stress, or just anybody who's having trouble. For example, I just mailed one of these today to Susan Britcher, one of our moderators. $60-something in postage to send it to Australia. That's okay. You go to the beginning of it, and let's say you're having a financial problem or anger issues or depression, whatever it is. You go look up what your topic is, and whatever it is, spouse, substance abuse, whatever your issue is, and it lists all these pages to go to and parts to read. Now, full disclosure, it's got the Declaration of Independence, it's got the Constitution, it's got Proverbs, but basically what this is, guys, is it is the New Testament of the Christian Bible. I'm not a Bible thumper. I don't want you guys to be a Bible thumper. You don't have to believe in God because God believes in you. It really doesn't matter. All right. But whether you're atheist, Buddhist, whatever, it does not matter. What matters is if you're having, we'll use anger for an example. If it tells you go to page 341 and read such and such, I'm here to tell you, just go read a couple of paragraphs and it'll click with you. You'll go, I got it. And then you go to the next one and you can, I'm here to tell you, it's kind of cool. So I appreciate Paul. I appreciate you sharing with the nurses. If you need more of them, you let me know and I will get you more of them. All right. Prepper 101. TL Live, real question. Do you still have Operation Valkyrie? Operation Valkyrie is on hold, guys. Here's why. My life has gotten very, very busy here lately. And my winters are filling up. And where before I had a lot of free time, there's a lot of work that goes into an Operation Valkyrie. I never made any money off of it. They're very expensive to run. An example, there's only 9 slots for clients, but there's over 30 paid role players and instructors and mentors. All right, safety guys, swimmers, boat operators, all kinds. There's a lot of work that goes in Operation Valkyrie. And what we did was we said after every 4 years we would change the mission. So when we got done the 4th year of it, we're going to take a break and let's redesign the next one. And that way, if people that did the first one want to come back, and everyone says they want to come back and do it again, that way they don't know what's going on. There's no cheating. And while that sounds great, we came up with a basic concept, actually 2, for a follow-on like a Valkyrie 2 or Valkyrie 3. But we never really got past the planning process of it because one of my big instructors that helped with a guy named Keith Gipple, you know what women do to you. He ended up moving to Boston because of this girl named Boston Barbie. Boston Barbie's awesome, but he was one of my big planners in Operation Valkyrie. So are we going to do it again? Yeah, we will. But it is on hold for right now. All right, that's probably the best way that I could word that. All right, I got one more.
Let me go check my window. Make sure my windows are up.
Oh, no. Luke B, can you ask Carl if he thinks dudes will ever get dropped from selection simply because they're accident prone or have bad luck? When you say selection, I'm assuming you mean SF selection, because I never went to Ranger selection. I never went to Delta selection. I never went to SEAL selection. All right. So SF selection, people ever get dropped because they're accident prone or they have bad luck. One, bad luck can always get anybody, I guess. But there's a phrase out there called make your own luck. And what I mean by that is you looked at people that fail selection, guys that don't get selected. And the number one reason for people not getting selected is for medical injuries, one. Number two, it is them quitting on their own. But that's the main cause. Now, there are a few people that are not selected because of anger issues and everything else. But for the most part, if you can make it through something. Now, remember, I went through selection in the early 90s, like right after Desert Storm, guys. All right. They may have changed it. Hell, it might be an online course now for all I know. But the number one thing that kills people is injuries. All right. So remember, I mentioned make your own luck. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is you have to pass PT test. You have to pass a swim test. Now, after I went through, they made the swim test optional. In other words, so long as you don't panic and die, even if you fail the swim test, that's not grounds to drop you from selection. You just have to be able to pass the swim test by the time you graduate the Q course, which is total bullshit, because you can learn how to swim in a weekend. You just got to go to YMCA, get in the pool with a bunch of 9 and 10, 11-year-olds and do a basic swim class, and anybody can pass a swim test. All right, so don't give me that shit. But that's the planet has gotten softer. But what gets people is they have blisters on their feet, and they stress fractures in their feet and shin splints and things like that. Now, number one, you have to be able to pass the PT test, physical fitness test. It's just a basic score. That's it, basic score. Now, if you want to be a Green Beret, should you take that test back at your unit and go, yeah, man, I passed. I'm good to go. Nada. You need to be able to max that test, because as I learned in Ranger School, even though I could max the PT test when I was in my recon platoon, when I got to Ranger School, you're doing your push-ups, and after you've done the first 20, you're not allowed to restart. And 20, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, and you're like all the way touching, all the way up 22, all the way down, touch your nipples on the ground, 23. That's not, you just got to break the 90 degrees of your elbows. Nah, not in Ranger School. I passed in Ranger School because I could max the PT test before I left my unit, the 101st. Same thing in SF selection. The PT test, they're not being assholes. They want you to pass. But back to your feet, you need to be able to do land navigation. Now, understand cooks and mechanics are not going to be as good at land navigation as Sergeant Erickson, who was in a recon platoon, and literally I was the land nav guy for my scout team. Okay, I had a monstrous advantage there. But in selection, they give you all these land nav classes all day long. You take classes on land navigation, and then you go out map and compass during the day, map and compass at night. And you can go through the woods or you can walk on the roads. But there's a lot of miles. You're told ahead of time there's a 27-mile road march. You're told ahead of time, it's actually 25, but you get told there's a 20, I think, hell, it might be down to like a 3-mile road march now. But you have I want to say it was like a 8-mile road march, a 12-mile road march, and a 27-mile road march. You know that's part of selection. And between those, you understand you're doing that in the morning. You're going to go do your 12-mile road march in the morning. And then you're going to put on your rucksack, your rifle, and your compass. You're going to go do land nav all day long. You're going to break for dinner, MRE, and then you're going to do land nav at night again. So you need to be able to move a lot with a rucksack on your back, 45 pounds without water and chow, right? No water, no nothing, 45 pounds, and then you add all your water and stuff to it. Okay, fine, whatever. Guys will show up and they get these massive blisters on their feet and stress fractures and everything. They did not put the time in ahead of time. The people that fail because of injuries are ones that say, I'll just tough through it. I'll just mentally tough through it. And some people can do that. Right? If you're already built like a professional athlete and you don't have any weak joints or anything, you can tough through it. Normal injuries don't actually injure you. Getting hit a certain way or tripping in the woods doesn't bother you. But for most mortals, you've got to prepare your body to go to selection. So, so make your own luck. Be in the best shape ever. Be in shape to where you know you're going to blow selection away. And then when you get there, you're going to be like, this sucks. Team week, where you're carrying sand babies, is you got to move 300 sandbags. Your A team does, your little group. And then Sand Man, which is a duffel bag filled with sand, weighs like 300 pounds. You've got to move, I think, 2 of those. Your 12-man team's got to move 2 of them. Oh, whew. And then there's ammo crates and water cans, this, that, and you got to move Jeeps. You got to move Jeep trailers that only have 1 wheel on them. Oh, and by the way, you're not allowed to touch the trailers. Crazy stuff, but you do it. You get by. That's some good coffee right there. But as far as bad luck, or you being stupid, accidents always happen. They want you to pass. All right. Team week really lets them see if you're a team player or not a team player. And if you're not a team player, because everybody will say, oh, yeah, I can do it. And here's the thing. You can fake it, but you can only fake it for so long. You can only fake it for so long, guys. All right. All right. That's it for questions for right now. That's cool. All right. I hope I haven't lost you guys yet. I'm going to go to YouTube. Let me see. We got 102 people here. Oh, we don't have very many likes, though. That kind of sucks. Damn. Not very many likes. That's too bad. I figured you guys would like what we're doing here tonight. That's all right. No big deal. No big deal. All right. Annalise and Kyle Beela threw down 10 bones. I appreciate you guys doing that. I really do. So I'm going to go back over here. OBS and... All right. All right. Steve took off again. I was going to give him the floor, see what Steve wanted to talk about today. But till he comes back, you'll see if you go to our calendar, guys, April is a packed month for me. March, I have a bunch of classes. pistol carbine, carbine zero mastery, battle rifle 1. I'm doing that in March in Clarksville. Hopefully we get snow again. We probably won't, but I always like that. But April is an insanely busy month for me because I'm going to Texas to do combat pistol carbine, but then I'm also doing on a Monday, Tuesday, it's called CQB and Home Defense. I've got I'm renting a shoot house right outside of San Antonio, a nice shoot house. And I'm bringing UTM guns, UTM ammo. I provide the conversion kits for you. You just, and we'll mostly be shooting live ammo on the ranges. But when we get to the actual shoot house portions, I'll have the conversion kits for you. You just pay me back for whatever ammo you shoot. If you want to do zipper drills, do zipper drills. If you only want to go pop, 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 then you're not going to cost you that much on ammo. But anyways, we haven't done that class in a couple of years because I haven't had a good enough shoot house to teach the course. So we're doing it now. Again, like I said, that's in April, early April. I come back to Kentucky. I'm back for a week, most of a week, I think 5 days. And then I have what's called Tactical Precision Rifle. One of you, Michael Mara, actually just signed up for it today. We have got a range where we can get out to about a mile. And again, we'll be doing everything from shooting on the assault countdown to the effects of environmental conditions, everything from changes in barometric pressure, temperature, all that stuff. Building shooting positions, working together as a team, reading trace, reading winds. So if you've got that spotting scope, you want to bring it, you got that laser rangefinder, by all means bring it. We'll cover some of the basic programs that people are using, whether it's stray lock or ATRAG or applied ballistics, whatever it is, the programs you're using. We'll touch on that a little bit, but the big thing is too many people rely on their Kestrel wind meters to give them the correct answer. I want you to be able to know, to understand how is the computer getting that answer for you. And we'll do some gathering of data on your guns. We'll verify it and everything. It's a 2-day course. The first day, there is a night shoot. I'm going to provide clip-on I-square Gen 3 night sights, and I'll have a couple thermal clip-ons that you guys can put on your guns. I'm also going to have a couple guns there with dedicated thermals and dedicated I-square, so you can see the advantages of using them. And yeah, it's a good time. I'm looking forward to teaching that class, guys. I love precision rifle. If you look at most of these pictures of me up on the walls, almost all of them, I have got, almost all of them, guys, I have got my, which one were we talking about? We were talking about precision rifle. All right, but you guys can see that's me right there, guys. And right there, right there. And I got my SR-25 in my hands. And that was my gun. That's my go-to blaster, is my SR-25 Mark 11. And so anyways, it's a great course. Again, Tactical Precision Rifle. Do that there. That's a Monday, Tuesday. Then Friday, that same week, we will be doing, what is it? I've got pistol carbine zero mastery, and battle rifle 1. Again, those will be at the Montgomery County Shooting Complex. That's like third week of April. April is tight, very, very busy, guys. Very crazy busy. So if you're looking at taking tactical rifleman classes, March are the first ones. That's Home Defense Pistol, Louisville Armory. Then we also got tactical drone defense there. And then April, the whole month is crazy. crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm looking forward to it, though. I am looking forward to it. What about May, right? May's a big one for us. No, not that one. There it is, right there. Mountain Readiness Expo. We did this one last year, and great success. It was a great time because it's not mine. I enjoy it because it's put on by Mountain Readiness, and you can go to their website. They've got like 20 or 30 subject matter experts for preparedness and homesteading and survival. All these guys are going to be there. You see there's Bear from Bear Independent, a bunch of other guys. You'll notice Angry Americans up there too, the author. There's a lot of great instructors. I'm doing just little 1 and 2 hour block classes, and you pay one price, you get to go to all these different blocks and classes. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool, right? For example, my wife, some of the patrons, I had a bunch of patrons there. A bunch of the patrons went and did chicken slaughtering. Okay, cool. I'm good at killing God's creatures. I don't need to go to that one. But my wife, you guys know I got honeybees here. My wife did one about making herbal infused honey. Okay, cool. All right. That reminds me, I got something. All right. Note to self. All right, but anyways, but the classes that I did, how to set up your body armor, how to set up your AR. I did combat mindset, situational awareness. I did one on how to vehicle recovery, how not to get stuck. But then if you do get stuck, how to use a toe strap, how to use a kinetic rope, how to use a high lift jack, how to use a winch. Things that everybody just goes out and buys, but it's one thing to figure it out on your own. It's one thing to watch a video. Hey, let's actually do it with subject matter experts there. And you're not tearing up your vehicles. I had Emery's truck and my Jeep, and we tore our vehicles up. I did another one, AR-15, women's only AR-15, because all these husbands buy these extra ARs and they say, honey, this one's yours. But they don't ever show them how to use them. So no husbands allowed, no boyfriends allowed, and it was just me and the wives. No pressure from the husband looking over their shoulders, yelling at them. No live ammo. I brought nothing but dummy ammo, and we had a great time. They all had a good time. So anyways, we're going to do that again this year. I don't know which classes I'm doing yet. I'll look for feedback from you guys. What do you guys want our team to do? I'm going to bring Randy Worst with me to do survival subjects, if that's something that you all would like. And then I'm also going to, hopefully Emery will still be in town, and we'll do that one also. Classes that Emery, like last time he did reverse grip knife fighting, and we had a real good time doing reverse grip knife fighting until Maria broke her arm. But not the first time she's broke her arm in one of my classes. There are certain things we probably shouldn't brag about. But we love Maria and her brittle bones. All right, it is what it is. All right, so anyways, again, mountainreadiness.com. You can sign up. That's in May. So why am I going to this? I don't make any money off of it. I'm going because it's great people there. It's great training. Family-oriented atmosphere. Most people camp out there. I'll have my little camper there. Randy and Emery are going to pitch a tent. We're going to have us a great time. It ends on Sunday right after lunch. Monday through Friday, there's a nearby range, and I will be teaching classes nearby, combat pistol carbine, carbine zero mastery, and battle rifle 1. So for all my guys that live out in North Kakalaki or Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, or like I had Ramblin' Man came down from Maine. If you want to come down to a great event, Mountain Readiness Expo, we had people fly in internationally from it to attend it. You're welcome to stay and attend my classes there. And it's a good time. It's a good time. Now, my classes, you can sign up at tacticalrifleman.com. The Mountain Readiness, you just sign up. It's a one-time fee. You can sign up there at mountainreadiness.com. All right, Steve, you are back, dude.
Yes, I am.
All right, what do you want to talk about tonight? Oh, shit, I shouldn't have put Steve on the spot. I'm sorry. Sorry, Steve. I did mention, guys, that Annalise and Kyle threw down 10 bones. I appreciate that. Carl or Steve, Paul American. Any thoughts on Primary Weapon Systems' new UXR rifle? PWS UXR.
Is that the SIG?
No, PWX. Primary Weapon System, PWS. I'm not familiar with it, and apparently neither is Steve.
Right.
So we're not going to lie to you. A great opportunity I would be able to say I would check it out at SHOT Show, but I can't. I'm not going to SHOT Show this year, guys. I've got a class those days. Got another one here from Lou. Lou threw down 20 bones. I forsake not my country, my mission, my comrades, my sacred duty. I am relentless. I'm always there now and forever. I am the infantry. Follow me. Lou, I didn't realize you were in the infantry. Lou's awesome. We love Lou. We love Lou. Lou's awesome.
Let's go back to that previous question.
About the Primary Weapon Systems UXR? What about it?
Okay, I'm just curious.
You understand, Steve, if you're looking it up on the internet, you're probably not going to be able to give him a decent opinion. You guys, I just love that. You go, I'm not going to throw their names out there, but there are actually guys on the internet that as soon as something comes out, they'll get the gun or the optic shipped to them, and they immediately put out a video they're showing the gun, and they're getting paid to do the video, but basically all they're doing is they're reading the bullet points off of the side of the box. They're telling you everything that the company's telling them to say. I don't think that's fair to you guys. When you guys say, Carl, what do you think about something? I don't have a problem saying I don't have an opinion. A good example, George Colatides. Great guy, great American. He used to be the president of Remington, and he was down at Tier 1 Group in Memphis, place I used to be the director of special projects for. And we're down on the Rogers Range while shooting, and he goes, Carl, what's your opinion of the 300 Blackout? And I'm like, I don't have an opinion. He's like, what do you mean? You just talked for 30 minutes about 308, subsonic, and this, that, and the other. Surely you got an opinion. I'm like, I've heard of the 300 Blackout. I've shot a couple rounds through it, but I don't have enough personal experience to give you an opinion. So he immediately turns to, remember, president of Remington, who also part of Freedom Group, they owned AAC. So he turns to one of his minions and says, get Carl an AAC upper, 300 Blackout, and sure enough, so this gun shows up. It's got 600 rounds of supersonic 300 Blackout and 200 rounds of subsonic 300 Blackout. And about 45 days later, we're back down there at Tier 1 Group on the same range, Rogers Range. And he goes, so, Carl, what's your opinion of 300 Blackout now? And I'm like, I don't have an opinion yet. And he looked at me and he's like, I'm like, hold on. I'm like, I appreciate you sending it to me. I got my dies in. I am reloading 300 Blackout now to try to match the best load for the gun. Give me a little more time. And my reason, and you know, that kind of set him back. He's like, okay, Carl's not just a man of his word. You can trust him, but Carl's a man, and you guys know I'm a man of many words. I have no problem doing verbal diarrhea for 2 hours every week.
Truth.
Right? But I'm not going to just regurgitate what I hear other people saying. So if I say I don't have an opinion, it's not that I don't appreciate you throwing down a super chat. It's I honestly don't have an opinion. I don't have an educated opinion. So it's like the drones that are overflying New Jersey right now. I don't know. I watch everything, and I watch what a lot of different people are saying. And my film crew actually hit me up. they're like, Carl, you got to do a video about the drones right now. And the week prior, they're like, Carl, you got to do a video about the CEO getting assassinated with the suppressed pistol. That's hot right now. You got to do a video on it. And I'm like, I don't have enough info to give a educated opinion on it. So I try to hold my tongue, except that tonight we're going to ask Steve about drones. He's got his drone glasses on. What's up, Steve?
Okay, so the drones in New Jersey.
There are drones in New Jersey?
I don't have an opinion on them yet, because all I've seen in these videos of these drones or these things flying with blinking lights, but I haven't seen. I mean, it occurs so much, and everybody's saying that it's been happening since November. You would think that somebody, someone, or some citizen would make it their business to get better videos, including hooking their phone up to a telescopic optic. That's what I would do, and say, okay, there's that drone. I want to zero in on that drone. It couldn't be flying that high to where I can't. I mean, guys look at, crater impacts on the moon. You got a drone flying at 300-400 feet. I would think that someone would have more detail than just something with blinking lights. I mean, really.
Yeah.
So up until that point, but at the same time, they're flying legally. You would think that the FAA is investigating them and some other government entities, and they probably know what they are, who they are, where they come from. And at the same time, I saw something on the news where it says, whenever something approaches the drone, they turn the lights off. What the hell does that have to do with radar?
Yeah.
They turn the lights off, so what? And if you're tracking them with radar, as the FFA should, they have to go back somewhere to get powered up again. So follow them back to the source. I mean, they're not going to just
yeah, and it's not like they're trying to hide, because they have their lights, red and green lights on.
Yeah.
They have their legal lights on. One thing I did see that somebody was a couple people were talking about is for the government to play stupid this long, they're probably government. And why would they be flying over that area? What can you use drones for? You guys, you realize you can go to Walmart and you can buy, I think it's $200. You can buy a drone that 2 years ago was $800. And if now you can go to Best Buy and buy an $800 drone that 2 years ago was $4,000. The drones are awesome now, very HD. You have access to great drone technology now, but when you guys think drones, you think for looking at stuff. All right. When you guys think Ukraine, you think dropping grenades into foxholes and killing Russian soldiers. That's not how most of it's happening, guys. But even then, you're looking with your eyes. A lot of our drones that the government uses, they're used to look at things, but they're also used for other sensors. And one that caught my eye, the guy was talking about, was radiological sensors on them. Why would you be sniffing around a particular part of the U.S. In urban areas? Why would you be sniffing around? Well, the reality is, you can sniff with helicopters, you can sniff with aircraft, you can sniff with vans driving around, but drones are so much more effective. And why would you be looking for something radioactive? To me, that tells me that they got intel of possibly a weapon of mass destruction. Okay, so why would the government hide that from you? One, because they don't know where it's at yet, and they want to avoid a panic. All right, that would be their number one reason. But they also don't want to panic them into moving the device, because once they've located it, you know, they want to be able to close in on it. But you notice that it's being found in other areas. I don't know, or maybe they're just testing drones. But worst case scenario, if they're actually looking for a WMD, specifically a radioactive one, yeah, guys, there's lots of. I'm not going to get into the classified end of it, but my old unit was actually trained by a unit called DITRA, how to hunt for nuclear weapons and or a radioactive signature, and they would hide them for us to find. Now, how small was this little radioactive item? All right, I'll give you an idea. It was the size of a grain of salt. And so how do you keep someone from dropping that and it rolling into a crack on the floor? They had them in poker chips, believe it or not. And they would take a poker chip and they'd hide it somewhere in the building. They're on Fort Campbell. And we had different size sensors. So you could drive around the building with the sensor in your vehicle. And it's not in this building. All right, it's not in this. All right, it's in this building. And then you had the handheld ones that you could get closer. And then smaller ones you had to pass within, depending on how well it was shielded, you had to get really, really close. But the larger ones, you could do it in the door of a helicopter pointed in one direction, the door of a van pointed in one direction, but a drone pointing straight down, you see how that would work very, very well. The training was awesome. It was fun. We came in and they're like being slicks and roughs tomorrow. Slicks and roughs, in other words, don't wear a uniform. Slicks are suits or dress clothes. Roughs are like what I'm wearing right now. Jeans, cargo pants, shirts. So the next day we came in, some guys were in suits. Some guys were dressed regular clothes, civilian clothes. And they said, all right, grab your gear. And we're thinking we're going to go to another building on Fort Campbell. And they said, you've got 3 hours starting now. It is at Governor Square Mall. That's the mall where my family Christmas shops. It's a 20-minute drive one way to get there. So we all jump into vehicles. We run there, and we start driving the mall. And again, I'm not going to get in the classified end of it, but we found. Can you imagine where you could hide a poker chip in a mall, in a freaking mall? You know where we found the poker chip? It wasn't me, but they found the poker chip. I was at the other end of the mall. It was in the inside breast pocket in Dillard's in a men's clothing. It was on the inside freaking breast pocket. Crazy, right? Crazy. But anyways, it was great training. We did this right before the initial invasion of Iraq. But I learned so much about it. Again, there's so much. It put me at ease for like certain cities of the U.S., me knowing some of the defenses that we have in place. And no, I will not talk about that at all here in the U.S. Definitely not on the internet. Definitely not. But it was great training. But so in other words, my reason for bringing that up was I have the background and the knowledge to talk on it, that if we had had drones back then big enough to carry that payload, man, that would have made life so much easier.
I'm just...
So we'll see. It'll come out, guys. It'll come out. But the other side, Steve, is there are people saying instead of people paying attention to other things that are happening in the U.S. right now, they're wagging the tail of the dog over here for, oh, look, drones, more aliens. Yeah, guys, there are no aliens at Area 51. There's no aliens at Area 51, but they want you to go there. They want your eyes fixed on all these aliens that are out there. Great stuff indeed. My phone buzzed. I'm going to check, see if I got a question. Nope, I do not. All right, so
but it goes back to why New Jersey? What is in that area? I still, I mean, the FAA, they're tracking every civilian aircraft.
A little bit.
No. They're tracking every aircraft coming and going on commercial flights. There's restricted airspace around the military sites in any state that has military sites. They have to come from somewhere and they have to go back to somewhere.
Yep.
Drones, even though they're saying that they're the size of an SUV, well, that's pretty damn good.
Massive.
I mean,
that's a big ass drone, dude.
But the more mass,
yeah,
the easier to track it. More signature.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a stealth helicopter, guys.
So 60 mile an hour drone can now outpace an Apache gunship.
No, not even close.
So if it's up flying,
Apache's got radar.
and even if it turns the lights off,
IR.
or we get close, it turns the lights off.
Yeah.
Turn your lights off. I'm still tracking you. Remember, in Apache, it's a tandem setup. You've got the pilot and you've got
the gunner,
the armaments guy. He's in control of all the weapons, all the thermal sights, all the sensors. Apache does a lot more than 50, 60 miles an hour. So someone says, hey, we got one over so-and-so's neighborhood. I put an Apache on it. I'll put 2. Okay? That drone is battery powered. Sooner or later, it's either going to run out of power or it's going to hit that part of the system where the control system says return to base. Okay? It returns to base, follow it. So if it's been since November, I'm pretty sure somebody's done that, but they haven't said anything yet.
That's why I'm leaning towards this is the government doing
it. Yeah. I'm kind of figuring that.
Whether they're wagging the tail to keep you from talking about other stuff, or whether they're trying to keep it hush hush that they're actually looking for something. I don't know. Maybe they found Jimmy Hoffa or something. I don't know. I don't know.
If you think about all the things that are going on, Biden is a lame duck. He's on his way out. One of the things that really jumps out at me and just kind of gets in my craw is he's issued 39, 40 something pardons.
Yeah, and
1,500 clemencies. The one guy that really jumps out at me is the guy that you've been talking about this week, Cash for Kids. I mean, you can do some atrocious things in life, especially if you're a politician.
Yeah.
You're a criminal politician.
Yeah.
But a judge. I mean, we set them up higher than the average person.
They're supposed to.
They're supposed to be that one element that metes out justice fairly.
I had jury duty today, and so I go down to the courthouse. There's 142 of us there, and we just had to fill out paperwork and everything. But the judge up there, James, he used to be the preacher at my church. One of the nicest guys you ever meet, but I don't care that he's a nice guy or not a nice guy, and he's a super sweet guy. Great family, great human being, but he's one of the most honest and fair people you'll ever meet. He's the judge that you want over your case. If you do something stupid, I screwed up, I lost my temper, I accidentally killed 20 people that deserved it, or I screwed up, I was speeding, you're doing 65 or 70 over the speed limit, whatever it is. He's the judge.
Do not use speeding as an example for yourself. Okay.
On occasion, I've been known to go 70 or 80.
That is not a good example.
70 or 80 over the speed limit. All right. Don't judge me, Steve. Anyways, my point for saying this, though, is Jameis is he's the textbook judge. That's what all judges should be. And I've met a lot of judges like him around here in Kentucky, and they're legit good people. And then, but that's what their job is. That's what they should be. And they give me faith in humanity. Most of the prosecuting attorneys, I just want to drop in the wood chipper, But then there's this guy, that the judge that Steve is talking about. But there's a reason why that guy was found guilty. There's a reason why he was serving time. And now Joe Biden is let the guy off. And but that's presidents from the dawn of time, when Moses tripped and dropped that third tablet that had 11 through 15, the commandments. Yeah. The president then, George Washington, right? You understand, all these presidents have pardoned people. I don't know if George did or not, but they all let off family members and stuff like that. I was expecting him to pardon his son, of course.
Yeah. I mean, as crooked as his son is, I can see a father not letting his son go down. I mean, that everybody says, well, he should, based on his office, and it's still his son, who probably would have been serving 15, 20, 25 years. And besides the drug stuff, most of the stuff dirty that he was doing for his dad. Yeah. He was laundering money for his dad, right? Yeah. But nobody pays him $500,000 for that kind of finger painting. When you get back to this judge, these two judges, the cash for kids, I've seen a lot of things done by different elements of people we fought against in the global war on terrorism. I've seen a lot of things that our counterparts have done, and I said, hey, tell my guys we need to walk away from this, because those guys rape women and children. This is their country. These guys we're working with is their legal system. We walk away. When you, for example, I forget the name of the woman that they had on the show, but her son was at a party that had alcohol. He was 13 years old. He sent him to juvenile lockup, basically jail, prison. Yeah. I think he did 8 months for being at a party. And this other young lady, she slapped someone in school. The school sent her home for 3 days. She went before this judge. She served 5 freaking years. What? 5 freaking years over this offense. So basically, it was like a juvenile, rotating door, revolving door. If a bed was empty, they filled that bed. These guys got paid, and the one kid, after being there for 8 months, and they're saying possibly, he was raped, sodomized, everything else. He came back out. Everybody's family said he was a totally different guy. Then he committed suicide. And this judge and his partner, the other judge, is getting paid by the company that privatized this juvenile prison. And he got caught finally, and he went to jail. There's no redeeming factors in there where Biden can come in and say, you know what, but this guy, he did this, and that. His whole life, he kind of messed up this one time. He didn't mess up one time. He messed up for like 7, 8, 9 years. Made $2.8 million. So, anyway, this being a Tactical Rifleman show, let's get back to the Tactical Rifleman show. Doug Quain. Hi, Carl. Just wondering if you still have the T-shirt I won in one of your giveaways. It was back in August, around the 14th. Sent you multiple emails, no response. Call him out. It was for the AR belt fed. We mailed off one of the T-shirts. Doug, you got to send me another email, dude. I'll tell you what. Obviously, your email, whatever, if you're saying you've sent multiple, I looked, and that T-shirt sat there forever.
and I have no idea where it is now. But I know I guess this guy doesn't want it. All right, so reach out to me on Instagram, not Facebook, wherever. Go to Tactical Rifleman on Instagram and private message me there, and I will give you my personal email address. And or if you were a patron, you could message me. You could direct message me on Patreon. That's where most patrons message me.
I will say this on Carl's behalf.
The other one went out the very next day.
I'm around Carl a lot, okay? And then often I'll say, Carl, here's something for you. And he will tell me, Steve, don't give that to me. Hang on to it until we're going to do something on the show or something in training, because he is overwhelmed. He takes on too much, a lot, often. And me, myself, I've done the same thing. I've had, just scope rings or muzzle brings.
T-shirt.
Or just so many different things coming and going back and forth.
I will be looking for your email. Dude.
He even tells me, Steve, don't hand that to me. I will lose it.
New York City drummer 23. That's Marvin. Sup, Marvin.
What's up, Marvin?
Sup, Marvin. $9.99 just for a thumbs up. Cool, buddy. Appreciate it. Be Rich. $1.99. What SA caliber would you choose for precision rifle? What SA? Small arms caliber? SA?
I would assume.
For precision rifle. Big thing about precision rifle class, guys, is I want you to learn. So we have guys that show up with 5.56. With 5.56, if you're shooting 77 grain, you got a decent length barrel, you're going to be able to hit 600 meters steel. 400 to 600 meters, you're getting, that is the distance for you to be able to see what wind is actually doing to those bullets. The effect of changes in temperature, barometric pressure, humidity, stuff like that. Big one is wind. But understand, with 5.56, you're not going to be hitting the 1,100 meter target. Can you hit it? Yes, you shoot 500 rounds at it. Eventually, you'll hit it. We have guys that will show up with 308 and 6.5 Creedmoor or 6mm Creedmoor, 6 arc, whatever you want. If you bring a 338 Lapua or a 300 Norma, something like that, understand $11 a round, and you're going to shoot about 150 rounds. So it's up to you what you want to bring. Please don't bring a 50 cal because it's not good for the steel targets. I'll let you bring it if that's all you got. Now, here's the other thing. If you really want to attend the course, so short answer, bring a 6.5, bring a 308, bring something like that. Bring a precision rifle. But if all you have is 5.56, a nice 5.56, you can get by with 5.56. Don't buy a special gun just for this course. If you're on the fence, you don't know what to buy, but you're just interested in doing the training, I do rent guns. I have got a few 308s and a couple 6.5 Creedmoors that I can rent out to you, but you'll have to provide your own ammo for it. I'm not selling ammo. No, I do not rent my 338. I do not rent my Barrett. Not my $18,000 rifle. My 338 Lapua. It's no shit, guys. It's 18 freaking grand. If you count the scope and the suppressor and everything, I'm not having you put wear and tear on that barrel. No, my ammo. And I found another batch of ammo, custom done by Or Tactical in Texas. It's actually better ammo, and he's only charging me $7 a round. He charged you guys $9 a round. I got it for $7. But the other batch of ammo, my applied ballistics munitions, they were $11 a bullet. You understand? You shoot a 5-round shot group. $55 for $55. No, let's not do that. But honest, be rich. Bring any rifle you want. You know who the honor grad usually is? The high shooter of the course is not usually the guy with the $15,000 rifle. It's usually the guy that has the cheap Mossberg rifle, but he's got data on it and he knows his gun. He's got a lot of time behind it and he listens. He listens. All right, next one, Joe S. threw down 10 bones. Hi, guys. When storing ammo in ammo cans, are there any reasons why you shouldn't dump the rounds into the cans versus keeping them in their original boxes and putting them in the can? Yeah, actually there is. One, the cardboard acts as a absorbent for moisture, number one. But number two, the cardboard actually protects the primers. So if you have a can, especially sharp ammo, 5.56, and that's the reason why you're not allowed to fly with ammo, loose ammo on a commercial airliner. It all has to be in DOT, Department of Transportation boxes. In other words, the original boxes you bought it on, or MTM boxes, something like that, or magazines. But the reason for that is, let's say you put that ammo can of loose ammo in the back of your pickup truck. Now, I have a lot of cans of loose 9mm, loose 5.56, and I've never had a round go off. But technically, if you've got a can of loose ammo, 5.56, and you're bouncing down that back road, it's in the back of your pickup truck, and it was a bounce hard enough, technically it is possible that a primer, a sharp bullet could hit a primer and the round would go off. Now, that said, there's no barrel, there's no chamber wrapped around the casing. So all it's going to do is the primer is going to light the gunpowder. That bullet's going to go off. Pop.
Pop.
If it hits you in the eye socket, it would kill you. But it's like throwing one in a burn barrel. You're going to get a pop. Nobody's going to die. It's not. It's going to put a hole in the side of your can. The problem with that on a commercial airliner is you put a hole in the side of the can. The can is the airplane, and it's pressurized. It's pressure built up on the inside because the air is thinner outside, and you put a hole, and now all that pressure on the inside is trying to get out that little hole. It rips, makes a larger hole, and you can actually bring down a pressurized aircraft with something as small as a pistol round. Sucks. Not likely to happen, but possible. So that's a couple of reasons why you should keep it in the cardboard. Do I have ammo cans that with just rounds dumped in it? Yep, I do. I've got lots of them. When I hand load 5.56 for practice, I just dump them in there loose. 9mm, stuff like that. We just dump it in there loose. A lot of times when you buy cheap ammo, it comes in bags, in boxes. That's just how it is. But proper storage of ammo should be in cardboard boxes with all the primers lined up. All right, there's a reason why they do it. Excellent question, guys. I like questions like this. I really do. I really do. I skipped over Joe S. I did, huh? No, I didn't. I skipped over Joe S. I don't see a Joe S. All right, guys, I don't see a Joe S. I could have sworn I did a Joe S. Not that one. I'm trying, guys. I'm looking. He said I skipped over Joe S. I don't see it. Paul American. Guys, I did a Joe S, didn't I? Be Rich, Joe S. I just did that one. Good evening, Uncle Carl. That's Andre. Uncle Steve, blessings and love you both and your family. Guys, Andre right there. Andre, how you doing, buddy? Andre, you heard me talking about it earlier. I'm hoping you come down to RCPT. Guys, Andre went through their basic class a couple years ago. Andre's awesome. I met him on the drop zone. I've got a picture of Andre in his parachute harness laying on the ground after his first jump. It was awesome that you could not get the smile off of Andre's face. And I really hope, Andre, that you will join me in March as I have Nicholas film me putting Michael and his buddies through Airborne school. I'm counting on you, buddy. I am. I'm counting on you being there. Andre, you're good people. You know you are. All right. You got it. You're good. I guess I did get Joe S. afterwards. All right, guys. Covered mountain readiness. I got a bunch of other classes. Those of you that had signed up, pre-ordered the Heraclitus bourbon, they want me to apologize to you guys. They're actually in legal trouble with the chick that tried to rip them off the first time. But they're getting the bourbon made. They're having to have the special labels or something done in Argentina or something. They're not ripping you guys off. This is their first time ever bottling bourbon like this. It's a learning curve for them. And when they finally figure it out, they will release dates. It will probably be after the first of the year. But I will drive up to where they're going to bottle it. They're going to be there. I'm going to be there. If any of you guys pre-ordered bottles of the Heraclitus bourbon, it's Tactical Rifleman, we have our own barrel. I actually get to keep the barrel. They're making me buy it, but I'll pay it. I'm going to have my own oak bourbon barrel. I'm going to have the TR logo put on it. But anyways, if you're in the area and you bought a couple of those bottles or you just want to come hang out with us, it's looking to be the first or second week of January. More to follow on that, but they did want me to apologize for them. I know it sucks, guys. It does, John. Essay short action. I deal with it all the time. What short action? Essay, short action.
Okay.
Short action. Short action would be a 6.5 Creedmoor, or if you're planning on competing precision rifle, 6mm Creedmoor is the way to go. 6.5 Creedmoor, you're looking at a barrel life of about 3,000 rounds. All right, for the same weight projectile. In 6mm Creedmoor, it's now longer to make it the same weight, but it's more aerodynamic and better ballistic coefficient. But your barrel life goes from 3,000 rounds down to about 1,000 to 1,200 rounds. But it is very, very accurate. It's what wins the competitions, guys. 6 arc, all that stuff. 6 PRC, all that fun stuff. It's all the same. It is. It's slight mods. There was somebody, it was actually one of the questions my patrons have brought up, because today I just did the question and answer video, and one of them was asking, Hornady 338 Blackout, their 338, whatever their round is called, against the 8.6 Blackout. 8.6 Blackout, I did a video on it, guys. It is a 338 Lapua projectile in a 308 casing. The Hornady 338 is basically a 338 projectile subsonic in a 5.56 casing. And it's a monster. Now, why would you want that? The reason they're saying for it's subsonic, you get better range, better accuracy than the 458 SOCOM. Okay, 458 SOCOM, the 500 Beowulf is the largest round you can put in an AR mag, basically. Me and Steve, while we were down at, what's that company down there in South Carolina?
In Georgia.
In Georgia.
SBR. Southern Ballistic Research.
Southern Ballistic Research. They had they have their own 338 SOCOM round, which like the 458 SOCOM, but it was a lot more aerodynamic. You get a lot faster velocity with it also. And that was out for quite a while. And for whatever, they made it for US SOCOM, but apparently US SOCOM didn't go with it. So what did Hornady do? They basically copied that 338 SOCOM, and now it's the Hornady 338, whatever, I forgot what they call this thing, but it's basically a subsonic 308 that fits in a AR magazine instead of an AR-10. It'll fit in an AR-15 mag. Okay, fine, whatever. They're novelty rounds, guys. You're not gonna be able to find ammo for it. So if you're a hand loader and you just want to shoot hogs, cool. But better plan would be for you to go with 7.62x39 if you wanted a bigger gun, a bigger projectile. Or guys, just stick with 5.56 because like my truck gun used to be a 308. I had a 12.5-inch 308, and that was my truck gun for the longest time. And my argument for it was I could hunt with it subsonic. It was still good barrier penetration, stuff like that. I was good at, all my time was behind a 308 gun. But what is the point of having a truck gun? You all of a sudden, you got to stop your truck, and all of a sudden you're in a gunfight. You've got to be able to immediately pull it out, put it to work. One, yes, but the other thing is, let's say you got to get home and you've got to leave your vehicle. Okay. Guys, what are the odds of the zombie apocalypse happen? What are the odds of a EMP, Carl's got to walk home situation happen, right? You understand it's so astronomically not going to happen. Or is it? The reality is we are closer today to nuclear war or EMP in the U.S. than we were back in the 60s. And that is the truth. That is the full-blown truth. Now, nothing happened in the 60s. Nothing happened in the 70s. Nothing did. So chances are it won't happen now, but it's possible. So I've switched from a 308 truck gun to 5.56 because 5.56, like it or not, guys, you can walk into a lot of gas stations, serious heart attack, Oklahoma, Kansas. I'd pull over and these gas stations sell 5.56. The grocery store in Yuma, Arizona, not Yuma, in Moab, Utah, the grocery store sold, the Ace Hardware had ammo. The gas station had ammo. The reality is you're going to be able to get ammo everywhere. More than he thinks you're going to be able to find 308 everywhere. I don't believe you're going to switch you over. All right,
well,
Steve.
I mean that's the same explanation I provided in the last show when I said that even though I designed a 6.8 SPC,
why go with
7.62x39?
Yeah.
Because I know I will have access to that ammunition if I'm on the move. So,
and I'm saying, I agree. You'll find tuna cans more often than you will find 6.8. Yes. But I've actually started looking around because I used to be able to find 308. I can't find 308.
Show that one for me.
Oh, shit.
That is Cartoon Carl.
Cartoon Carl? That's not me.
That's Cartoon Carl.
No, that is not me.
I got that from Coach Merck's son, Merck Jr.
Oh, shit.
That is Cartoon Carl.
No. All right,
Okay.
You guys think I'm joking here.
That's Cartoon Steve.
Cartoon Steve. Now that looks more like Steve than I do. All right. I shouldn't even show you guys.
Thank you.
So there was a video game that was going to be for helping vets with post-traumatic stress. Everybody likes to play Call of Duty Black Ops and everything, right? I I can't even
You know,
I'm looking for this picture.
is there something wrong with me that I've never even played those games before?
No, Steve, you're not missing nothing. Anyways, I was approached by the video game, and me and Rick Lamb, Sergeant Major Rick Lamb, and they actually asked for old pictures of us, and they were going to do videos. We were going to be characters in the game,
right.
And then like between stages, we would share like videos about how we deal with memories and post-traumatic stress and all this other stuff. So I sent them, there's pictures of me all over the internet, right? I really cannot believe I'm even looking for this picture for you guys. You'll laugh your asses off. I'm at June right now. Cannot believe I'm looking for this. Anyways, there is a cartoon character for Call of Duty Black Ops of Carl Erickson. I think I got one of Rick Lamb too. I'll show you guys. They made my mustache too long. The cool part was they gave me my porn stash that I have in most of my pictures of me deployed overseas. But yeah, I don't think they did it. Oh no, there it is right there. All right, so that's Sergeant Major Rick Lamb. I gotta go close up. All right, so that's Rick Lamb right there, guys, and then Rick Lamb, right? And if you guys that know Sergeant Major Rick Lamb, you know that's pretty accurate. I cannot believe I lost that picture already. All right, but that does not look like me. It so does not look like me. I'm like, what? Seriously? That is.
Go back to that other one.
That is.
That looks like a Wyatt Earp from Tombstone.
Porn stash. I was like, all right, I'm not against it, but you've got to shorten that mustache. That is so not me. So, oh shit, Steve. So anyways,
that was a 1976 Steve Holland with the fro.
76.
With the fro.
That's the way.
I like it.
That's the way. I like it. Damn. Oh, you know Steve was rocking that shit. Oh yeah. Yeah, he had his piece of cardboard. He's spinning on that shit and everything. Oh yeah.
No.
You believe that? Did you see they added breakdancing to the Olympics?
I did see that. Yeah. I don't understand it. And a couple of years ago they wanted to get rid of wrestling, javelin, and all the things that the Olympics is about.
To be, right?
The Olympics was about warrior sports, but they're getting rid of wrestling, but they'll keep synchronized swimming.
Yeah. When the Greeks between wars, how do you know who to promote to sergeant? Who do you know your best warriors are? So they had the Olympics, the games, and who could throw the javelin, the spear, who could throw the shot put, the grenade.
Bow and arrow, archery.
Bow and arrow, everything. They sprints. Now they're talking about adding drones.
Drone racing?
You've seen the drone racing?
Yeah.
And video games. Really? You want to add video games to the Olympics? How about no? Don't get me wrong. You want to have video games and drones as a separate sport? Cool.
Which they already have them as a sport. But for the Olympics,
don't add it to the Olympics. Don't
Let's drop wrestling and boxing, and do synchronized swimming.
Yeah.
I
know. Don't get me started.
The world we live in. Let's pour.
Curling.
Curling. Yeah. That's.
How is curling even a sport? And one of the Russians got busted for taking enhancing drugs. I'm like, really? For curling? For curling? I'm like, really? Oh, I'm not bashing Olympic athletes, except I am. Yeah. If you ever get a chance to actually go to an Olympic stadium, especially during the Olympics, you'll look down on the track or the ice ring, whatever it is. You look down at it. But while all the cameras are pointed this way, I want you to look up at the top. And there are guys standing up there in rappel harnesses in full frickin' kit, nonstop. And one of my sister units, C-110 from 10th Group, they're the SIF company in Stuttgart, Germany. The German Olympics, what year was that? 80s or 90s, whenever it was, last time in Germany. They had to go there, I want to say like 45 days or a month early just to start doing the rehearsals for the Olympics. We looked down at the athletes, curling, remember, curling, you guys are calling them athletes. But the end, you remember the origin of the Olympics was to measure warriors. And for people to say that these competitors, these curlers, are modern day warriors, I caution you, you don't have to look far, guys. Look deep into the shadows everywhere that you see bright lights. And that guy there sweating, rolling around with another dude. If you look behind the bright lights, you'll see your law enforcement and your military guys and your hostage rescue guys. And to me, they're the real warriors that should be thanked. And it's a thankless job. Nobody ever says thank you to these guys. But that's just the truth behind it.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we definitely do. All right, I'm going to go back to YouTube. We still got 110 people sitting here. Yeah.
Well, I want to give a shout out to of the 110 people, and you guys are from the Facebook, Mark 12, Mod 0, Mod H, cool. Recce platform. I really enjoy interacting with you guys. Some of you guys are kind of, I don't know, because this whole internet, group thing, sharing knowledge is kind of new to me, so I haven't gotten the right mindset to realize when someone is being an asshole or someone's trolling. But, I mean, for the rest of the guys, I appreciate the fact that you guys like the Mark 12 system and continue to work with the system and continue with the legacy of the system, because the system was built and designed to support the warfighters. And as I mentioned in one of the chats yesterday, you guys are reaping the benefits of my sucking chest wounds, because I went through a lot of hell developing the Mark 262 and the 6.8 and the Mark 12, because as one senior USAFIC, now First Special Forces Command, GS-13 bureaucrat lady told me, she said, you know what your problem is? I go, no ma'am, what is it? She said, sergeants don't design ammo. Sergeants don't design weapon systems. I said, welcome to 5th Group.
Yeah.
This is what we do. See that minigun over there? This is what we do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you mentioned the minigun. That's an illegal program. I was like, oh, my gosh. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying it.
Now, isn't it? Yeah.
No, it's now a program of record. Just now. The mark says 2005.
It only took 20 years.
Oh, my gosh.
19 and a half years.
The Mark 44 minigun system that we've used in combat, that Carl has personal experience with in combat, is just become a program of record as of last month. I mean, it gets funding, it gets support, it gets spare parts and everything else. We've been running that system since 2005 when, gosh dang it, I can't think of the group commander.
Pagan, Connor.
Hector Pagan, General Pagan.
Yeah.
Tell you how bad he got. I got caught on the carpet. I'm talking about really caught on the carpet, not like, hey, come here and talk to us.
That's slang for the commander calls you in because he's going to rip you a new asshole.
No, this wasn't the commander. This is a 15-6. Ooh, yeah. Anybody in the military, 15-6 is an official investigation into negative activity.
Yeah.
So we have visitors, and myself and Major Curry, and we went over. They said, hey, would you guys come over? We want to talk to you about something. You know, they called us over.
Keep it random because they don't want you to prepare. They want to catch you off guard.
We went over to the command building, expecting them to ask us about what's the status of this program or that program or that program.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, stand at attention, do you understand your rights? I was like, whoa, stop. Wait a minute, let me go back to my truck, you know, so I can arm myself. And I called down to Swick. The third day, they had a final briefing out on a Thursday morning. So that Wednesday, I'm telling myself, I'm done. I'll no longer have this job. I might be a private PFC, the whole thing. Because the accusation was I used unit funding to buy the miniguns that I sent over to you guys overseas. So first thing I told him, I said, let me help you understand something. Those 6 systems that are in Iraq that you're saying I lied to you guys about the systems that we have, I said I didn't lie. 5th Group doesn't have those systems. Those systems are over in Iraq.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Under the siege of Sof, not under 5th Group.
We never brought them home.
So that Wednesday evening, I was just sitting in my office, like twiddling my thumbs, like thinking my career's over with, and like a miracle, something came into my mind. Hey, let me call Colonel Pagan, who's now General Pagan. So I called Swick, and the lady said, the office of the Deputy Commander, General Pagan, this is Secretary so-and-so, can I help you? I said, yes, ma'am. Hey, my name is Master Sergeant Holland. I'm in 5th Group. Is the General in? Can I speak with him? And she said, well, Sergeant, what is this about? I said, I kind of want to talk to him about it. She said, is he expecting your call? I said, no, ma'am. She said, okay.
Master Sergeants just don't call generals unless you're Steve Holland.
She said,
Steve can call a general. I can't call a general. I can't call a general.
She said, Sergeant, would you hold? I said, yes, ma'am. I'm talking not even 45 seconds later. Hey, Steve, how you doing? I said, good, sir. How you doing? Blah, 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 blah. And he goes, okay, now that we got all the cordialities out and done, what's going on? I said, sir, they tried to put me in jail.
They tried to cut off my balls.
And he said, what? I said, remember those 6 minigun systems that blah, blah, blah? He goes, yeah, those things are great, blah, blah, blah.
Great.
He said, I said, well, they're still great. They're accusing me of channeling the $1.7 million for those 6 systems and buying those systems and sending them over to Iraq. He goes, what? He said, the comptroller was directed by me at the C. I said, sir, that's what I'm trying to tell him. He goes, well, who's there? I said, Lieutenant Colonel so-and-so for SOCOM, Major so-and-so for SOCOM, so-and-so for USAC. He goes, where are they at? I said, over in the command building, but we got the final thing tomorrow. He goes, stay by. He hung up the phone. So the next morning, me and there's a Major H. But anyway, we went over for the final thing and walked in the building, and nobody was in there. Nobody was in the conference room. So I went over to command. I said, Miss Joyce, I said, we're supposed to get the final thing on, the guys and the whole investigation. She said, oh, nobody called you and told you? I love Miss Joyce.
Miss Joyce was awesome.
And she said, they went back to SOCOM and back to Bragg. I go, what? She said, yeah, General Pagan called last night and said he wanted a video conference with everybody. She said, yeah, everybody had gone home, and at about 1900, they all came back. And she said, I don't want to tell you what the conversations were, but nobody was transmitting. They were only receiving from General Pagan. And he told them to book their flights for the next morning and go back to wherever they came from. She said, so far as we understand, you guys can go back to your office and presume.
Funny shit.
She said, you can presume getting in trouble.
So, from JT Yersley, can you tell everyone what he minigun? Hold on, let me see.
Who?
All right. Can you ask Steve to tell everyone what he calls Carl on the minigun? What he calls Carl on the minigun? You got to do it, man.
No, man. No.
Come on.
No.
Come on, Steve.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
Once a year. Once a year.
Come on.
That's
come
it.
on, that's it, dude. You wrapping it up, right? Come on, it's December, Steve. Come on, some of these guys don't have anything under the tree. This is their one time a year. One time a year. Come on, Steve. Come on.
Okay, so Carl on the minigun. They go hit a compound, take care of everything, kill all the bad guys, and they leave. And for some reason, whatever's burning in the compound, they get a message that, hey, one of the support helicopters went down to the compound. You guys got to go back. But it wasn't a helicopter. So they go back to the compound where the bad guys who were hiding during the firefight, they come back out like, oh, Americans are gone. And all of a sudden, these guys come rolling back into the compound and calls on the minigun. And guys are jumping on the wall. And the rules of engagement is you can't shoot anybody without a firearm. So this guy jumps on the wall. He's crawling over behind everybody else. And Carl's watching him. And he's watching him. He said, please have a gun. Please have a gun. The guy is in a rugby shirt.
Orange and white.
Orange and white rugby shirt. And as he's pulling himself over, he reaches back, grabs a rifle, and puts it over the wall. And he's pulling himself up. And Carl goes, oh, shit, he's got a gun. Ah! And that's Carl on the minigun. So, enough of that.
Oh, he tells the story better than me, guys. Yeah, fond memories. I actually, truth be told, I missed. I was aiming center mass of the chest. I actually hit the guy in the pelvis, and he fell backwards. He ate the entire burst. So I hit him with probably 50, 75 rounds. And, yeah, he ate every one of them. Yeah, I knocked Humpty Dumpty off the wall. I actually got it on video. I saw that CD-ROM. I was cleaning my office. I found that CD-ROM from that night, Operation, it's Valhalla. And I found that footage. So I give Steve the CD-ROM that's got the footage of, we had an F-16 flying overhead with a lantern pod on it, and they filmed it, and you can see, the first one is we had guys across the street shooting down at us, and I lit up the roof of the building, the second story, and you're on the video as this F-16's doing loops. You can see that barrel just heat up on that minigun, and the pile of brass on the hood of the Humvee grew so big that the driver couldn't see out the windshield. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
So anyway, Steve shows Mr. Dillon the video, and then I always wanted a Dillon reloading press. We're looking at it. It's literally right there, guys.
The Dillon 650.
Dillon 650. I love my thing. I could never afford it. Steve's like, hey, I got you. Mr. Dillon hooked you up. I got my swagger for the 5.56 brass. They hooked me up with it. Steve got me all the dies for all the big calibers. Steve's like, you need this, you need a tumbler, you need this. Steve got me everything, and no, dude, I appreciate that. I didn't know shit about reloading.
You earned it.
And then now I do. Now I do.
You know, the thing is, unless you can watch all the video you want on a minigun and guys shooting hogs in Texas and everything else, unless you ever get behind one. And we did a couple of demos in Texas when I was consulting for Flyer Defense on a new SOCOM vehicle. And we took, we got with Dillon, said, hey, we're gonna have a Flyer Defense vehicle out at the SHOT Show in front sight, and we want to put a minigun on it. And the guy told me, Marty, God bless him, he said, not a problem. He said, how much ammo you want? I said, yeah. I said, 10,000 rounds? He goes, I'll bring 15. And we got everybody that was out there at the Wilcox demonstration in Pahrump, Nevada, outside of Pahrump, Nevada. Everybody got to do 200 rounds on a minigun. This is people lined up.
Oh,
and I mean, everybody. It didn't matter. I mean, you know, the women that were out there working and doing all this stuff, we said, hey, no, you get a chance to do the same thing. And in combat with you guys in Operation Valhalla, and then in Fallujah, when you guys did Fallujah, that was the one.
That was
What a lot of people don't understand about the minigun, unless you get behind it, with a 50 cal, you can milk a 50 cal as far as control the rounds per minute.
Yeah.
You could get a 50 cal M2HB down to 1 round. A good gunner could go pop, pop, pop. I mean, he can control it.
Yeah.
With the minigun, the minimum you can do when you touch that button, that's 50 rounds.
Yeah.
You can't milk it below 50 rounds. You touch that button one time, that's 50 rounds of 7.62 going down range. And imagine a body getting hit with 50 rounds at one time. And but Fallujah,
I can imagine it.
But the Fallujah one, that's my favorite one.
Yeah.
So the Marines are they're just in Fallujah. They're battling. I love Marines. Semper Fi.
I have that video. I wish I could show. I'll tell you what, guys. I'll have my son clip it. It's in the Task Force Viper.
Right, Viper.
DVD trailer, they call it.
So the Marines, they're fine on this one palace, this big.
And they've got Mark 19s and 50 cals and everything. But everybody's shooting, but the bad guys are shooting back at the same rate. And then this one minigun opened up. They only had one. We only had one minigun. I wasn't there.
Well, here's the good part. The crazy part about it. When the 5th Group guys rolled into Fallujah, the Marines said, hey, man, we're in a firefight over here. These guys are dug in and everything else. And when you could see them, they said, hey, we'll help you guys out. We got trucks. We got, heavy weapons. They didn't know there was a minigun in the convoy. So you can see the video where they're shooting, and you see the Marine guiding the vehicles into these little holes in the wall so they can shoot at this palace, this building. And you can see the green tracers coming from the building, see red tracers going at the building. And they said, yeah, right here, you're right, park right here. So we had some Mark 47s, some Mark 19s, 50 cal. Then one truck had the minigun. And everybody shooting back and forth, and the guy goes, hey, you guys, you're cleared hot. There's no friendlies over there. You're cleared hot to go. And the guy said, okay. And you hear the Mark 19, poop, 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 and the 50 cal, tut, tut, tut. All of a sudden you hear, brrrr. Everybody stopped.
The whole battlefield.
Stopped.
All the Americans, all the Marines, all the Army.
Everybody stopped. The bad guys.
Foreign fighters.
Everybody stopped. And everybody, I mean, you can see it in the video. It's like a pause for like 8 or 9 seconds, and the guy in the minigun truck's like, hey, did I do something wrong? They said, and the Marines like, kick their ass. And they started clapping.
Yeah.
And these guys, they lit them up. And those 6 systems that we got over there, myself and Jay and the rest of the guys in our staff section, I mean, we went through a lot of hard work getting those systems, getting ready, brought them to Campbell, laid them all out, got everything straight. We had like maybe 16 hours to meet this aircraft coming in. I said, guys, we got to get these things ready to go on the plane. Got them on the plane, and I guess about 10 days later, after they flew out, that's when we heard about the Fallujah thing. And then the guy showed me the video. I said, man, everybody stopped. They just stopped.
When we flew about a couple months prior to the second battle of Fallujah was the battle in the Jaf. And that's where my team, we really made a name for ourselves doing sniper ops in the Jaf. But when we're in the hide site and they're like, I get call over SATCOM, hey, Master Sergeant Erickson, we need you here at Camp David for a briefing with the general. I'm like, this fucking bullshit. We're doing sniper ops. But they're like, no, you will be here. So pull a couple guys with me. They send a helicopter, and we go to Camp David. And I'm wearing Desert Tiger Stripe and a Punisher baseball cap. And I get off the helicopter, and there's Mario Vigil, Command Sergeant Major Vigil, and Colonel Kelly. And I'm like, he's like, you got a uniform to put on before you brief the general? And I'm like, Sergeant Major, I was told urban sniper ops for 72 hours. I didn't know I was briefing an engineer. He's like, don't worry about it. I'll just tell him you're a SEAL. So Mario was cool about that. So we go in and we do that. They're planning this big assault on the Imam Ali Mosque. And the Marines are going to secure the outside. And then this fledgling new Iraqi unit led by American Green Berets called 36 Commando and the Iraqi Counter-Terrorist Force. This is going to be their first big op hitting this mosque. And they wanted my snipers to be in there with the Marines and the Iraqis. Okay, cool. So I'm helping them plan all this. We go outside. Well, my guys are just kind of waiting. I'm not going to have all my snipers in there around the general and all these big army guys. It's just me. I'm leaving everybody outside. I go out and my guys are standing around this Humvee. It's a little green turtleback Humvee, and it's got a freaking minigun on it. It's the first time I'd ever seen a minigun on a vehicle. You understand, I'd been in the military a long time. I'd never seen a minigun on a vehicle, and Sergeant Major Bear was there, and he's like, "Yeah, what do you think?" I'm like, I actually have a picture of me up behind it, smiling. I never got to shoot it or nothing. They moved on. They went and did other stuff with it. It was given to 36 Commando and the ICTF. And the next month, month or so later, they used it in Fallujah. Worked great. But that was my first time ever seeing it. I had no idea. That was 2004. I had no idea. Fast forward 2006. That because I knew how to use it. By then, I'd had classes on it. I was doing day ops. I wasn't even supposed to be going outside the wire. And but Byron Russell and all these other guys are like, "Hey, Carl, we're going out tonight. I want you on the minigun." Roger that. I'll be on the minigun. They wanted me on the gun. Yeah, that was a great deployment, guys. Great deployment. You know, I got put in for ARCOM with a V for Valor for Valhalla, the final op, but it was so late. Everybody was so tired of doing paperwork. They're like, "No, what the hell with this." I
know we don't have a lot of time left, but one of these days, because when we were at the last Patron course in Texas, we got Wick drunk out on the porch, and he actually walked everybody out there, especially Philip. We have to say, Philip, stop talking. Let Wick. It's been 15 years. Wick has never spoken about this. Yeah. Let him finish. And that was the battle with the Army of Heaven. And he went into detail on him being on the minigun. Donnie was in the truck next to him. I mean, it was just absolutely incredible. We got to get him on the show and have him go
Rick
against
don't
that.
like to toot his own horn, guys. But basically what happened, 2007, Army of Heaven, you can look it up. An Apache got shot down. They're in this big gunfight. They didn't know how many bad guys were there. They thought there was 20 or 30. Turns out there's like over 3,000 bad guys. Apache gets shot down way over there. So they thought, well, we'll take this dirt road. They didn't realize the dirt road was right up against a berm that had like 600 bad guys. So the Humvees are driving by, and these guys are shooting straight down into the Humvees. And they had just put the armored doors on the Humvees. That's the only thing that kept the Americans alive. And it came over. Wick turned the turret to the side, opened up the minigun. He's running it about 6 inches over the top of the berm, just cutting guys' heads apart. Ran the minigun empty, and then pulled the 1911 off of off the front of his body armor. Started using that, but talking to the TC, the vehicle commander, the truck commander below, man, it came over the radio. Gunned down, my 50 cal gunner got shot in the face, and a couple seconds later, gunned down, my 50 cal gunner just had the round come under the plate. He's dead. Lost two gunners in like 7 seconds, and he reached over and grabbed Wick around the legs and was getting ready to pull Wick down inside the vehicle, but he heard Wick up there shooting, and he knew Wick was doing his job. Wick was taking the fight to the enemy. The gunner on the vehicle's job is to protect the vehicle and the convoy, and if any one of those vehicles had gotten stopped, everybody there would have died. But all the vehicles managed to push through. One American wounded, bunch of Iraqi ICTF guys wounded and killed. But they made it through it, thank God. And I had just flown into Iraq. I was up in Balad and got on a Black Hawk and flew down there that night with a bunch of ammo to do a big resupply and to go out there to that site the next day to do what they call sensitive site exploitation. And there are all these prisoners there. And I went in with combat camera and interrogators and everything from 5th Group. A couple other Green Berets went with me. And but I landed at the camp where Wick and the rest of the A-15 guys were at. And they all had the 1,000-yard stare. They were all fried. They'd been up all day, all night long in this gunfight. They had just pulled off. And Sergeant Major Nash, he had the 1,000-yard stare, and Major Ganella had the 1,000-yard stare. All these guys were just wore out, and I'm like, and I'm looking at the vehicles where there's like 10 bullets in a circle like this on the bulletproof glass right next to the driver's face on every vehicle. These bad guys were aiming. They were well trained. Thank God they had the doors on the vehicles. Anyways, I got to go out there and another story. You want to hear the full story? You can go to patreon.com. I do it on Storytime there. And you scroll back through it. It's I forgot what month I did that story, but it talks about the Army of Heaven. And it's my view of it and me getting there. And Jimmy Adams has got a hard drive of me. He's got like 600 pictures of me standing with dead bodies. And these weren't guys that I killed. These were guys that Wick and those guys had killed. And I got to capture a few guys that were hiding. And good time. Anyways, we're going to wrap this up for tonight. But again, I want to remind my patrons that the question and answer video, it's getting late. I'll probably put it up in the morning before I go to the airport. And reminder for my Silver Star patrons, we're going to do the Zoom live stream on the 27th. That is the day after Christmas, 2 days after Christmas. We're going to do a live stream here next Tuesday. I will be back in town. We'll do it on Tuesday. I don't think I got anything coming up. But if you guys enjoy these live streams and you want us to keep doing them, understand YouTube has completely crushed our videos. We don't get any views. I've only got 100 of you here hanging out tonight. That's okay. But I appreciate hanging out with you guys. But if you want to support us, the best way to do it, go to patreon.com/Tactical Rifleman. Sign up for $2, $5, $10, 20, whatever. The more you pay, the more additional content you get that you can't get anywhere else. And I really do appreciate all of my patrons. All right.
Now, you guys that are gracing us with your presence for the Mark 12 Mod 0/Mod 1 Mod 1 Facebook group. Again, I really appreciate it. I invite all you guys to go
wrong camera, Steve.
Go to that group and take a look at it. And you guys remind me next time. I want to talk about Master Sergeant Kevin Moorhead. He's an 18 Delta.
We talked about him
sniper.
before. We'll do it again. Let's save that for next Tuesday.
So we're going to save that, but he was awarded a Silver Star for the ultimate Mark 12 combat story. He was awarded a Silver Star for what he did in one night with the Mark 12.
A bunch of guys with the Mark 12. I put your thing up for you. Parting words of wisdom for Steve Holland. I put your poster up for you.
I don't need that poster. I don't need no stinking poster.
Sometimes you get it wrong, Steve.
No, I don't get it wrong.
The path
of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish, which is PRI,
tyranny
and the tyranny of evil men.
of evil men.
Blessed is he who,
Blessed
in the name of charity and goodwill,
will
shepherds the weak.
through the valley of darkness. I'm trying to remember my part.
Okay. Your part.
All right.
Blessed is he who, in the name of charity and goodwill, shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness.
For he is
truly his sisters and brothers keeper.
The Bible doesn't actually say sisters.
Well, we
It
include
says
women.
brothers, which implies
Brothers
sisters
keeper and the finder of lost children, like the children that were lost with cash for kids. And we will strike down upon the great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And they will know
my name is the Lord
when I bring my vengeance upon these judges with cash for kids and all these other guys that are out there doing evil things.
All right. All right. For me, guys, honestly, I love you. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday. I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Steve, thanks for hanging out, buddy. I appreciate it. I do. And again, all my patrons out there, I truly, truly, truly appreciate you guys. Again, our training calendar is up for 2025. Sign up for early. Like I said, there's only 4 slots left for that March class, Tactical Drone Defense. And yeah, we'll see you guys next. We're going to do next Tuesday, Steve? Tuesday it is. We're going to do next Tuesday. Let's do next Tuesday.
Yeah, let's do next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday it is.
Incoming right there.